Anybody can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person, and to the right degree, and at the right time, and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power, and is not easy. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. One swallow does not make a summer, neither does one fine day. Similarly, one day, or brief time of happiness, does not make a person entirely happy. Man is by nature a social animal, an individual, who is unsocial naturally, and not accidentally, as either beneath our notice or more than human. Society is something that precedes the individual. I have gained this by philosophy. I do without being ordered, what some are constrained to do by their fear of the law. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reason, passion, and desire. He is his own best friend, and takes delight in privacy, whereas the man of no virtue, or ability, is his own worst enemy, and is afraid of solitude. Men acquire a particular quality by constantly acting a particular way. You become just by performing just actions, temperate by performing temperate actions, brave by performing brave actions. Poetry is finer and more philosophical than history, for poetry expresses the universal, and history only the particular. Happiness does not consist in amusement. In fact, it would be strange if our end were amusement, and if we were to labor and suffer hardships all our life long merely to amuse ourselves. The happy life is regarded as a life in conformity with virtue. A tyrant must put on the appearance of uncommon devotion to religion. Subjects are less apprehensive of illegal treatment from a ruler whom they consider God-fearing and pious. On the other hand, they do less easily move against him. All who have meditated on the art of governing mankind have been convinced that the fate of empires depends on the education of youth. These virtues are formed in man by his doing the actions. The good of man is a working of the soul in the way of excellence, in a complete life. Bad people are in conflict with themselves. They desire one thing, and will another, like the incontinent who choose harmful pleasures instead of what they themselves believe to be good. The self-indulgent man craves for all pleasant things, and is led by his appetite to choose these at the cost of everything else. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. The beauty of the soul shines out when a man bears with composure one heavy mischance after another, not because he does not feel them, but because he is a man of high and heroic temper.